Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So there's a data set within R called empty cars. So I'm not going to open up an R markdown file yet. Empty cars, and there we go. So today we're going to work with data set because it's straightforward, easy, and it's already loaded within R. One of the first things I want to suggest is that if you want to know more information about this in particular data frame, data set, same thing, we can automatically learn more about it by typing help empty cars. Okay, it changed it for us, but that's fine. It's called empty cars is motor trend. I'm gonna move myself. It's motor trend car road test. So you learn more about the variables. So one of the biggest things that I love to ask about is VS, that represents engine, AM represents transmission. So remember, if you're taking a stat class with me, I probably used this data set before. So this is VS. 1 represents straight, 0 represents V-shaped, 1 represents manual for AM, and 0 represents automatic. Okay, so there we go. So with that being the case, let's actually go ahead and jump right into it. So today we're going to learn about the group by, filter, and then I actually throw in another thing on my my itinerary is to talk about group by and summarize. So I think I can do all that in this particular video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this and create a new R chunk. Control Shift H. No, wow, I'm not having. It's interesting. Control Shift I or Control Alt I. Library, tidyverse. I'm not gonna read anything in. I'm just gonna be using empty cars. All I need is that one, which is fine. And I'm gonna erase whatever it brings up. That's fine. Create a new R chunk, and I'm gonna be using empty cars. So one of the first things I want to do, pipe, is I'm going to, and again, that's Command Shift M, yeah, or Control Shift M for Windows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this function called mutate. So mutate at the end of the day creates a new variable. If you ever need any assistance on functions, like say for example you already loaded it up, you can do mute here in help. You can get information about mutate. It adds new variables and preserve existing ones. That's it. Or you want to know about select, right? Well, select is Let's erase this. Learn more about select if you need to as well. Should say yeah right there. All right, so you can go on. Yeah, you can learn more from there. So mutate adds a new variable. So let's say I want to do some simple math. So let's say one of the things that I've done in the past is like say miles per gallon. I want to divide miles per gallon by weight. So let's say I want to do mpg underscore. This isn't me naming the variable div underscore wt. This is going to be mpg divided by wt. And I'm just going to save this as, I'm going to say mod. So modification data frame, mod 1. Okay, bam. And so when I go to environment, I can view my data frame, right? I have miles per gallon, I have weight still, but I now have this new variable called miles per gallon divided by weight. So if you were to take, it works. You can validate 21 divided by 2.62 is going to give you 8.0157. Okay, so that's one mutate. Just because I want to make sure you are okay with pipes, I'm just going to do another pipe. I'm going to mutate another variable. So let's say now I want to create another variable called, let's look at this data frame. This one's a little fun. Let's say I want to do something really weird. This could happen, but let's say I wanted to, let's go back to empty cars. If I type it there, it should show up as well. If I wanted to add AM and VS. So what I can do is I want to do AM underscore VS, right? Meaning I want to concatenate. Concatenate means bring together. One of the ways you can do this is to use this function called paste 0. Paste 0 allows us to collapse things together. Again, if you don't believe me, you can just type it in here and double check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do AM, comma. I'm just going to put a dash in between these two, a space, dash, space, and then I'm going to do VS. No parentheses there, sorry. So notice I'm not putting parentheses around my variable names, but I'm putting the parentheses around the string character here. And again, there's no reason why I would ever do this, but this is just for me to teach you about this pace zero function. Okay, so I'm gonna run this. All right, so when I go back to my environment to view this data frame, not only do I have my miles per gallon divided by weight, but I also have AM underscore VS. So remember this says 0, 1. Oh, I flipped it. So this is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Does that make sense? Okay. Hopefully you eventually see that in terms of machine learning, you would want to create variables that may not necessarily exist in your data set, or manipulating makes sense. The next variable, the next thing I want to show you is, this is the most important. Let's go to help. All right, here, look at this. Or yeah, let's do this one. Transmission 1, 0. Let me tell you this now. R treats 1 and 0 as numeric values. In terms of analysis, you do not want to do that. You want to treat it as a character. You want to treat it as automatic and manual. Okay? So that's important because in terms of analysis, 1 and 0 is numeric, whereas automatic and manual are not numeric. They're characters. They're descriptions. So it's ideal for you to change it. So we're going, all right. So how we change it is by first typing out mutate. And let's say we want to say AM is description. All right. And so what we'll now do is we'll use this function called case underscore, okay, underscore when, okay. You press enter a couple times just so that we can be on the same line. So what we're going to do is say when AM is equal to, remember that? Is equal to 1. When it's equal to 1, I want to tilde, it's going to be tilde next. I'm going to say that it is manual. Not you manual, but manual. You get it, manual. All right, the next one you would want to do, I'm going to copy and paste. I love the copy paste game. I'm going to say when AM is equal to 0, boop, boop, boop. This is automatic. Okay. And that's pretty straightforward, right? So you run it. There should be 14 variables now. Okay, great. We have AM when it's 1, right? Let's go back to the help so you can verify what I'm saying. When AM is equal to 1, this should be manual. So AM is equal to 1. You have automatic. Oh, wow, a lot of automatics. And then here you have your manual and so on and so forth. So actually, let's just sort this by this. You see all your automatics, and then below here you have all your manuals, right? All right, so that's cool. The very last thing I'm going to do is teach you something called group by and summarize. Group by and summarize. What I'm going to now do is say, take this mod 1 data frame, and what I want to do is I'm going to find the sample size. The size, all right, let's go back to the chart, the data frame, sorry. I want to know the number, I want to figure out the mean standard deviation and the number of individuals that have, let's say, 6 cylinders, 4 cylinders, or 8 cylinders. So cylinders, one of the things we can do is do table. I do mod 1 just because I want to be consistent. Of cylinders, I think there's 3. Yeah, there's 3. Okay, so we know this is 11, 7, 14. Great. But however, I want to know the mean of miles per gallon for a 4-cylinder car. The mean for a car that's 6 cylinders. The mean for a car that's 8 cylinders. I also want to know the standard deviation for all those in terms of miles per gallon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pipe. I'm going to do a group by. Group by allows me to group by a particular variable. So group by a particular variable. And then that's going to be, let's say, cylinder. And then we're going to do another pipe, and we're going to use a summarize function. Summarize, okay? And so what you're going to do is, I know I'm going to type it out in a certain kind of way. I'm just going to do n, allows me to do the count. That allows me to figure out how many are in each of the groups of cylinder. And then I need to do mean of a particular variable. Okay, so the particular variable needs to be the mean of miles per gallon. That's going to be this is going to find the mean per miles per gallon for each cylinder. And then finally, this is going to be the standard deviation, miles per gallon. Okay, standard deviation miles per gallon. So when I run this, it gives me the cylinders, the size, the means, and the standard deviations. Now say I don't like looking at how this looks like. I want to make things look a little bit better. So I'm going to say this is equal to size. Okay. As in, like, I don't like the end parentheses. It looks weird. This is equal to mean of MPG. This is equal to. And last but not least, SD, standard deviation of MPG, is equal to. Looks a little better. Looks a little better. Okay, so that's it for today. Hopefully you can do some of this work on the weekend and, have a great one. Thank you. I'm going to change it.